Here we are, guys. Round 2. Get a chance for everyone to get back on here. I know it'll take just a few minutes. I'm sorry for the delay, guys. Very sorry. Now we got some coming back on. I'm sorry we had to, there it is. Okay, I got your request. Adding. Let's hope this works, Harley. I don't have a backup plan. It still says adding, Harley. Still says adding. Come on, guys. We can do it. We got this. We got this. All right. Still says adding. Let me cancel that one. I'm trying on for Tammy. She's there with him. It says adding. Generally, it doesn't. Let's see. Let's see. It says adding. I don't know, guys, why this is not working. Like I said, we tried this out earlier, and so I know that it does work. Switch back to adding Harley instead of Tammy. This is going to be a bummer, y'all, if this doesn't work. Because Harley had a really nice surprise for all of y'all watching the live. And you don't want to miss it. We're trying, we're trying. It says adding. Ugh. Let's see. Okay, it says adding again. I canceled the first one. And let's see if this one will work. Jay, I'm glad to see you back on here. I'm so sorry I had to leave. Mark, Paul, everybody's back on. So sorry I had to end the first live, but I was hoping that by doing so, it would kind of reset everything and we would be good to go. But apparently it is still not working. And what just gets me is the fact that we tried this out earlier and it was working, I promise. Because I actually got to see Harley and I was like, oh, you're just a little kid. All right, let's see. Okay, trying it one more time. Oh, fingers crossed, y'all, this works. Fingers crossed. This is like not fun now. I don't like this part. It's supposed to work. It's really supposed to work. Because I know it was working earlier. So I always try, when I have a special guest, I always try to get them on just to make sure that we can connect for this very reason. And so anyway, that's why I was, it says adding and then it's not. Let me see if I can find. See if I can find him on in the choices to add. Okay. Not even seeing. There he is. Add. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, for the delay. I really am sorry. Um, we discussed earlier when Harley and I were on. We discussed how much fun this was going to be and how we got connected, and it was really good, and everything was going to work out all right. And then, of course, no, it doesn't. It still says adding. I don't guess. I don't guess you can send a. Does it give you an option, Harley, to send a request? Chad, if you can, please drop his website, PNW Customs, on there again. While we're waiting. Let me try this. Let's see if this works.
Here we go.
Ah, looks like we're actually live on this side. So I'm gonna end it over
Yes.
here and see you on the other one. All right.
Sorry, that took forever. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely troublesome, but we got on it now.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because we tried this earlier, right? And it worked. We didn't have this much trouble.
Well, thanks
How are
everyone.
you tonight, Harley?
Doing well yourself?
I'm making it all right. Now, what I want to know is, I don't know, are you old enough to drive? Because you look like a teenager.
Yeah, just graduated high school yesterday. No, I'm actually 26 years old. So I've been doing this for a couple of years now. This is, now my full-time job, which I'm proud to say. So it definitely makes me happy to be able to do what I love every single day.
Absolutely. Well, now tell me a little bit about Harley.
So I am a person from the Portland, Oregon area, live in Vancouver actually, so right across the bridge. I grew up actually having a couple of fish tanks, and we had saltwater tanks. And a few years back, my girlfriend brought home a little beta tank. So that kind of got us into the hobby again as we were getting in a new spot. And kind of started my love for having fish and keeping fish. And we had a freshwater tank set for a while, and then I found actually a 5-gallon tank set. So I decided, I maybe want to try a saltwater and, get my feet dipped into this hobby.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you said you've been doing this for 2 years, correct?
So I've been doing acrylics full time for about 2 years, on and off. I did a little bit before. I made some projects before. So for about 3 years, actual experience, but 2 years as a full time. This is everything I do.
Wow. And Harley, what inspired you to start this journey?
So I started this just because I went into a local shop after I'd had a freshwater tank for a little bit, and I was like, oh, how much are these fish and how much are these tanks? And, trying to learn about the hobby. And they were like, yeah, it's going to cost about $1,000 to get in, is pretty much the gist of what I got. And I was like, well, I can reduce that cost, a little bit, at least if I make my own tank. And they laughed at me. And they're like, yeah, sure, you're going to make your own tank. And I was like, no, I'm serious. I'll make my own tank. Like, I'll laser cut it and build it, and it'll come out well. So got myself a little 10-gallon tank set up and brought it in and showed them, and they were actually quite surprised. They were like, oh, wow, can you make other things? So I was like, yeah, not a problem. And that's where it kind of started.
Wow. That's awesome. I love that. So I guess you've seen a need for the products that you make, and you jumped on that, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a couple local fish stores and friends asking me originally, hey, can you make a mushroom box? We're not too happy with what's available now. Can you make it like this and like this and this? And so I just kind of taken advice from people who have been in the hobby for decades and who wanted something different than what was currently available. They wanted, something with either a little bit of flow that is not going to disrupt everything but still keep everything safe. They wanted to still be able to see their products. So I kind of listened to what people were saying and decided to make my own. So that started with our very first mushroom box, and then quickly, transformed into our full line of products, where now we're doing lots of things for stores where we do their full grow out systems.
Right.
We'll do anemone systems. So tons of great opportunities that I never would have seen coming into this.
Wow. That's awesome. Now, I know Facebook is still jacked because I cannot see any comments. I have tried swiping them away and bringing them back. I can't see any comments. So, Harley, on your end, if you can see the comments, if anyone asks you any questions or anything, be sure. It tells me who's watching, but it's not. Other than that, I don't see any comments. So, Facebook is really giving us a fit tonight.
Well, it's at least showing it on my side. Lots of people are showing their support, saying hello. So we welcome you all. Thank you guys for joining our live tonight, and we're excited to talk about all of our different products. We're actually going to be, as she was saying, doing a special giveaway. So we're going to be doing not one, but two $20 gift cards for our website. So I'll go ahead and write down a link to our website here in the chat below.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? He is doing two $20 gift cards to their website. That is awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Harley. That's wonderful.
Of course.
Do you have some of your products there in front of you? You can show us a few little examples, maybe.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead. And I just kind of pulled an array of our products out. Some of our most popular products being obviously our frag racks, our mushroom boxes, and the most hyped product that we have, which is our micro tank. So
oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, full working system. It's a 1/4 gallon. So you can see my hand and size comparison here.
Ah.
So it's got its own little sump. It's got a dual overflow just like you'd find on your big tank. Comes with lids for the sump area, and there's also a lid for the display. I just probably misplaced it somewhere around here. But yeah, so we make tons of different things.
Oh my God.
We make traveling containers for coral shops and for going to the coral shows. All the different magnetic frag racks, which we use as well.
Cool. Now I'm intrigued about that little micro tank. I mean, that's just too cute.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, that is adorable. I love it.
See if I can get
Now,
this filter over here.
all of these items that you have there with you can be found on your website. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So everything that we sell is on our website. Some things obviously we do custom, which we're happy to do any size that someone may need. Any shop may hit us up with, any specific requests that they want, or even personal. We're even happy to do custom engraved, custom colors. We do an array of things, not only for just our regular size systems, but also obviously our micro systems, which we have.
Oh my God. Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, so this is our 1 gallon desktop aquarium setup.
That is adorable. Everybody needs one of those, especially if they work in an office. That is adorable. Now, on the magnets that you use, can you talk a little bit about the magnets that you're using on the like the magnetic frag racks and stuff? Can you tell us about the magnets?
Absolutely. So all of our magnets, we epoxy coat our magnets before they're even encased in acrylic, and then they're encased in acrylic as well. So they are dual protected. So even our outside magnets are safe for overflow boxes and weir boxes or places where they might get wet as well.
Okay, because that's a big thing. I've seen different posts on different groups. Hey, look at this. I just pulled this out of the tank, and it's like all corroded and
Absolutely.
rusty looking. So yours is double protected, correct?
Correct. So yeah, all of our magnets are, like I was saying, fully epoxy coated before they're even encased, and then they're encased in the acrylic. That way, you're not going to be pulling your rock out in 3 months, 6 months, and it's crumbling apart. We also stand behind all of our products as well. So not only do we offer a 90-day warranty, but we also extend that most of the times if someone ever messages me like, hey, I dropped my frag rack and I broke a corner, I'm more than happy to help them out, and get them what parts they may need.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Now, if you see any questions that you want to answer, Harley, go ahead, because I'm not seeing a comment one. And I know people's there.
Yeah, lots of people are commenting about the magnet strength, which that's another thing that we pride ourselves in. Most of our magnets are all set up for 1/2 inch, other than our thicker ones, which are set up for either up to 3/4 of an inch or even up to 1 inch. So we have solutions not only for your typical size tank, but even for the people who have a very large aquarium.
Okay. Now, that kind of brings me to the next question. Not only can we go to your website and find something for our tank and stuff, but say we want something special, something, I don't know, a corner frag rack made double tier or whatever. If we've got a special request like that, is that something that you can fulfill?
Absolutely. So we have a custom request form on our site where you can go and you can fill out exactly what you want. We get back with you with either asking you more questions to define if we have any questions upon size, dimension, magnet strength, anything of that nature. And then we also will gladly build you a custom drawing beforehand, make sure that this is what you're looking for. And once we are both happy with the stage we're at, we will proceed then send you an invoice or we have a custom order form on our site to pay for it. So either one we typically do depending on what the customer may need, and then we fulfill that with whatever customer request they have.
Awesome. Now, you said, big tanks, small tanks. Is there a limit to the size of items that you can make? I mean, are you maxed out at a certain size or what?
So right now, we focus on the micro tanks and the smaller tanks just because we're able to produce those on a large scale. We're kind of focused on the production more than doing the individuals, just at the moment because it seems to be very popular for our micro tanks. That said, we are happy to do custom work, but the custom work, obviously, being custom, we want it to be different or special, so we don't want to do anything that is currently offered. That being said, we can go up to 4 feet by 2 feet and soon even larger than that.
Gotcha. Now, I just seen one question. It's the first one I've seen. Have you considered doing acrylic or mesh type lids for tanks?
Yeah, so we are definitely considering getting set up. That's going to be our next tool investment. We're looking at a CNC, which will allow us to do all of the polycarbonate and mesh lid setup. So that will be our next step in growth. We're actually looking to expand our garage because our business it's run out of my little 2-car garage and it's jam-packed. So we're looking to get into a larger space where we're able to do full lids, we're able to do full-size tanks, sumps, and so forth.
So at this time, you do not do sumps. Is that correct?
So we do some
Okay.
custom. It just has to be within a certain size, and then as well within a certain customization spec.
Okay, I see another question. I'm glad I'm being able to see some of these. Can you show your show how small your micro frag rack is? I love it, but I've never really seen it. Aww.
So yeah, it's our micro frag rack. I don't know if you've ever seen our pop stand, but here's a size comparison. So it's a little bit wider, but a little bit more narrow. And this is the same frag rack that we have right here that my Goby loves to hang out on.
Aww.
So this guy
How
just hangs
sweet.
all the time. He's as happy as can be in there.
Okay, I did see another question. I'm so glad I'm being able to see these. What is the biggest sump that you could do, Harley?
So currently, we're limited on size being 4 feet by 2 feet. So anything within that, we're happy to do.
Gotcha. And you can build it according to the customer's specs, correct? If they want the divider a certain way or height or whatever, correct?
Yeah, adjustable dividers, any dividers that they may need for refugiums or for other areas. And then we obviously love to do fun things with color, engraving, and so forth of that nature.
Oh, awesome. Now, Harley, did I see some stickers laying on that table there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got tons of stickers. So every order that we ship out always gets a sticker. So sometimes you'll even find them in the individual boxes if you get multiple. And what's really nice about our stickers is obviously they're waterproof, being what we do, but they also fit great on our little coral cups.
Oh, no, that's just too cool. I would like to have some of those stickers to include in our sticker pack giveaway.
Absolutely, that's not a problem. Also got
That's awesome.
show you the micro tank setup that we have here.
But y'all,
So
that is just too cute right there. I mean, like,
yeah,
who would not want one of those?
right? We just have this set up in our kitchen. It's all but less than 2 feet, including the auto top off unit, the Inkbird, and the little controller setup we have here.
It's got an ATO hookup to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we specialize in these little tiny ATOs that you can see down here. Let's pop this lid
Oh,
off.
golly.
And that
Oh,
little green sensor right there is the ATO, and then you can see the line hanging out right in the back up there.
I love it.
Yeah, and so this guy is a perfect home for a couple of sexy shrimp. We've also got a little tiger goby as well that hangs out in here and just kind of perches around.
Oh. Now, someone asked, what kind of pump runs the micro tank?
So the micro tank is set up with a 3-watt, 50 gallons per hour USB powered pump. So being said, that can actually be run by itself with just the light, and you can hook it up to a battery bank. So if you happen to want to travel with your tank, you can actually bring it no matter where you're at, which is kind of cool.
Oh, now that's Harley. That's just too cool.
Yeah, we actually brought the tank and set it up on the beach a couple weeks ago for my birthday. So we grabbed some sand, grabbed a couple of things on the shore, grabbed some water, and just kind of set it up and took some pictures and enjoyed it while we were out there.
Oh, how sweet. Well, happy late birthday. That is just too
Yeah.
cool. I love that. You know, we've got Andrew Sandler with the 17,000-gallon tank.
Uh-huh.
Now he needs one of those little micro tanks. That would just, that'd just be so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, and talking about those ATOs, so we have just come out with our own ATO setup, which this is specialized for our micro reefs. This guy is a little optical sensor ATO, which
Oh,
you can see is no bigger than my thumb.
that's adorable.
So these are actually very well fit for any tank up to 40 gallons, which is something that we were hoping to be able to fulfill the nano market, because obviously there's tons of things that fulfill the large market, and we're trying to be different.
Now, someone mentioned this a while ago. I'm seeing some of the comments now. Not all of them, I'm sure, but I am seeing some. Do you have a little bitty magnet that you clean that tank with?
So I actually clean it with a Q-tip, and I just use that to kind of scrub the glass, and that is what works best for me. There is some people who use, there's some of the little teeny flipper magnets and stuff like that, which those work pretty well, but I personally just like to use the little Q-tips because I feel like it's really easy to get all in the corners and everywhere that some of the other circle or square magnets can't quite get.
That is just adorable. Now, Harley, do you ever set up at any of the trade shows like Reefapaloozas or Aquashellas or anything like that? Do you set up?
Absolutely. So we do tons of those. We're going to be at the Aquashella this weekend in Dallas, Texas. So you guys can come if you're local, check out our micro tanks, check out all the other products. We're going to have some specials on our micro tanks as well. So those won't be quite unveiled until the show, but they might be the cheapest that they've ever been. So that's going to be on special at the Dallas, Texas show, as well as the next weekend we're going to be in California for Reefapalooza. So that's going to be down in LA. So we're going to be doing, and then MACNA in September.
Wow. Will you be at Reefapalooza in Dallas in October?
Sadly, I'm not, because we're going to be at the Aquashella in Chicago, which is the same weekend.
Oh no, that's awesome.
If it was a weekend apart, even just that, we would definitely do it. But sadly, they scheduled both of them at the same time.
Oh yeah, that is bad. They could have done a little different where you could be both. So about
Yeah.
how many shows do you do a year?
So our goal is to do about 10 to 12 shows a year. So we travel from going from here in Oregon all the way down to California and all the way across to Florida. So we go coast to coast. Our favorites are the Aquashella shows because they're so much fun, not only in the saltwater industry, but also seeing all the options at the freshwater and all of the cool exhibitors that set up for the spiders and reptiles and all the different things in the small pet industry that we're in.
Awesome. Now, someone asked, were you at the Atlanta show back in April?
Yeah, we were at that show. That was the MACNA, and we were at that one.
Oh, good deal. That is awesome. And were you at a reef stock in Colorado?
Yes, and we were just last weekend at the Coral Farmers Market in Denver, Colorado as well.
Wow. So you did an awful lot of traveling. That micro tank. Has that been a huge seller for you?
Yeah, so we've sold over 650 of those tanks, which, making it, I thought I'd maybe sell a few of them. I thought it would just be kind of a fun thing that I'd set up and sell to my friends and family that were into the hobby and wanted to try something different, and they exploded from the very first time we posted them. So we were like, we have to run with this and see where it's going to take us.
Wow. I love that. It's just freaking adorable.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been a huge undertaking to do everything that we're doing with these tanks, because most people look at a tank this small and they're like, oh, that's, just this big. It's easy to set, easy to make, but there's so many attention to detail parts that we do that nobody else does, and that's what makes us different and makes our micro tank successful and very backed by not only tons of customers but stores, and we've shipped to multiple different countries, which was really cool.
Wow. That is amazing. I love it. Now, you had said something about you were going to do something on here for a giveaway for the people that's watching. We now have 33, it looks like, watching. There was, I believe, 37, 38. They're going to be sorry that they left.
Absolutely. So yeah,
so tell us about it.
So let's go ahead and we'll do one of the two. So we're going to be doing a $20 gift card. So winner's choice, anything on our website they can choose. If they choose up to $20, such as our pop stand, such as our other small accessories, they can get it completely free. Or if they want to choose one of our other options, they can get $20 off any purchase. So this works for any on our site. We're going to go ahead and actually let the commenters pick a number between 1 and 100. And we have already chose the first number. So we'll go ahead and let everyone get some time in. Go ahead and pick your number 1 through 100. And we've got the number already picked, so you guys can guess, and we'll get one up for you shortly.
Awesome. Y'all get your guesses in, please, while the comments are going here. Harley has already pre-picked the number, so we need to get to that number or get the one closest, and I'll let him close it whenever he decides to, or he sees a winner.
Let's go ahead and search back through here, starting from the... Oh, wow. Actually, it's already chosen. So the number is 77, and Amy King was the first person to correctly choose that. So we're going to send you over a coupon code that you can use for our website. Just like I was saying, good for anything. You can use it for our auto top-offs, our micro tanks, and we're happy to get it right out to you.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll go ahead and we'll do another one here in a couple minutes. I'll let you guys ask a couple questions. Happy to, let you guys pick my brain, maybe go show you the shop a little bit, and then we'll do the last one.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. Can you show us the shop, how things are made?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll go walk over. Like I was saying, everything is done in-house. So walking literally from my house to my shop. So let's go ahead and show my crazy messy table right now as we get prepared for Dallas, Texas,
Oh
Aquashella.
my gosh. Tyler,
So,
that's all right. You missed the first one, but there's another $20 gift card coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned.
so these guys here are our 1 gallon small and 1 aquariums. So we just finished a big batch of these guys, and we're getting ready to ship these out. Actually, these ones are going to Reefapalooza. We've already got the ones for Aquashella. Some of our other products are for the micro tanks. These are cooling kits. So these are prepping for our fan kits on these. Here's where most of our finished products are going. So as we're finishing them up, we've got pre-made mushroom boxes and enemy boxes, our micro tank pieces. Our packaging is all up here. So all of our packaging is locally sourced. We buy all of our boxes from a local supplier, as well as all of our labels we get made in our town. So we support local for everything.
Oh, good. Good, good, good.
Back here is our laser machine. So this guy cuts out all of the pieces that we need for acrylic. You can see down at the bottom just how many frag racks and things we've been making this week.
Wow.
And the other one, so we've got 2 of these in the shop. So this cuts your big bare pieces of acrylic down into little individual pieces, frag racks, legs that I just dominoed, mushroom boxes, and everything is then hand assembled. We have a area over here where we hand sand multiple pieces. We joint pieces down to get perfect seams. And then, like I was saying, we individually encase every single one of our magnets.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, right now it's definitely a mess as we're doing 100 things at one time, but that's how we love to do it.
That's awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
That is love. I love it. I absolutely do. Now,
Tons of our
someone had a question here a while back. I just seen it. Is on your micro tanks. How do you keep it heated?
Yeah, definitely. Let's go and show you real quick. So our light just turned off. So here's our micro tank. We've got it set up with an Inkbird aquarium controller in the back here. It's hiding under our fuge area. There's a little tiny heater. You can actually see the cord popping up for it right over here. So it just sits right here. And then it's plugged into our Inkbird aquarium controller with the temperature probe right into the return part of the sump. So it's actually getting the true tank temperature. And being so small, I don't think that you're getting anything other than the actual tank temperature anyhow.
Oh, that's just amazing. Everything about that little bitty tank is just, it just blows my mind. I just love it. Now, someone asked, are you making all these products yourself?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So every single thing that you make, I have touched myself. I've got 2 employees that work here as well. So those guys help me assemble things, package things, get everything all set. And then one of my best friends as well helps me run the back end of the business back here. So she helps me with all of my shipping stuff. She helps me with getting stuff organized for shows and doing payroll, all the kind of back end stuff as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So you just took a dream and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still running and still learning how to take every step on the way, which is, a new experience every time. I do shows and some of them come out really great, and some of them I learn and figure out what I'm going to do differently for the next one. So it's always a learning experience, as is most things in life. But yeah, this is definitely our dream, and it's cool to see a passion really grow further than we ever really thought.
Absolutely. So you have not only a website, you have Instagram. Is that correct? Or
Yeah. So we've got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, email. If you send a carrier pigeon, I might be able to get that as well.
oh, that's amazing. That is, somebody says that's awesome. Looks like you're headed in the right direction. I love to see people take something that is only a dream of some sort for them and make it work. Make it wonderful. When I started this page, I thought it was just be a fun thing to do. Maybe have 100 people come hang out. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that we would be over 2,000 members.
And it's always the start. As long as you keep, it's always just the start. As long as you keep consistent and keep doing it, it's just, always just the start.
Yes. For an individual, yes, I mean, I like companies and stuff, but when you take an individual that has built something from the bottom up on a dream, you never know if it's going to work until you try it. And,
Absolutely.
This right here, hands down, is, it proves that, and hats off to you, Harley, because that is just wonderful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's great to really do something that is not only beneficial for me and for other people in the community, but also that people really love and enjoy, because it takes the passion to the next level, and it really inspires not only people who are in the hobby to do something different and challenging, but also inspires people who are wanting to get in the hobby and wanting to do something that they may not have been able to before due to space limitations or whatever else may be. And it's really cool to make something that not only people like and enjoy, but people really think about using as a home for their pets.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I really do. You just like when you and I connected earlier, and you popped up on the screen, and I was like, oh gosh, is he old enough to drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he started this, and he's just a young little guy, and you built it into something really magnificent, and hats off, buddy. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really cool to do something that, like you're saying, is further than I've ever thought I would do.
Yes, absolutely. That's wonderful. I mean, you took a product and the care, just like you said, the batteries, or not the batteries, the magnets are encased, and they're you've got like a guarantee that these are not going to leak into your tank, and that gives us as tank owners, and I see the big tank behind you too. And that gives us more of an assurity that it's going to work, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I stand behind every single thing I make, because everything that I make is something that I personally want, and either see a hole in the market for, or see something that could be done differently, done better. And I'm happy to make that and enjoy learning all the new things, learning as I, mature in the hobby and mature in what I'm making, new craftsmanship, new things that I've never thought of making before, and just continuing to inspire other people that are wanting to start up a tank and wanting to get that extra micro tank going and wanting to do something different. So I really, really look forward to that.
Now, do you have any new products on the horizon? You got anything you're thinking about making?
Yeah, I guess I can show you guys one of these here. Give me a sec. I'm looking to release this product at MACNA, which is coming up in a couple.
Y'all, we're going to get to see it here first.
So let's plug it on in. So this is our new aquarium we're coming out with. Why can that turn? There we are. So it is a 1.5 gallon micro aquarium, just like our smaller one, except for this setup is specifically with a sump. So here is a fully magnetic stand, which grabs all of the pieces and makes it look just like a big tank that you could put on your desktop in a small form factor.
Oh my God, that's just so cool. I'm just gonna have to have one of those little bitty tanks.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. It's a just like you'd see with your big tank. Has a dual return. It's
A
got a
dual return.
little mini area for a refugium in the front. Little tiny return pump. There's a heater actually as well, tucked in the back over there, and then room for Inkbird, auto top off, and much more.
Wow. Now, when we got to see it here first, thank you for unveiling that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
When will that item be available?
So this one we're going to be releasing at MACNA, which is coming up in September. We've got our other one here, which is our just standard tank. This guy, pull the sides off, is not a sump. This one just has a stand at the bottom that we're actually as well going to be releasing at MACNA for our current tank. But this one is a all-in-one, so it's got your standard little media basket opposed to the sump setup. So this is
Oh
our
my God.
tank that we already sell. Oops. And we're going to have the other one available at MACNA.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. And thank you so much for showing us here when you were going to unveil at Magna.
Of
That
course.
makes us special.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's something that we've been working on, and we're working as well with CJ, so they're going to be helping power all of our new tanks coming up. So that's a huge thing, because not only are we going to be able to offer our regular warranties, but we're going to be able to offer the CJ warranty and a CJ backed product, which is huge for us.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Now, we have had they've been dropping your website and stuff, I do believe. And what is some good someone asked quite a while back, I think, what are some good things that if someone gets the tank that you're going to unveil at Magna, for instance, if someone is going to get that when it's released, what's some really cool things that you can put in that would do well?
So we're going to actually also at MACNA be doing a workshop where we talk about all the inhabitants that we recommend people keep in there, all of the setup equipment that we recommend people use. So we're going to actually be releasing a video series as well. With that, that'll go fully into detail on some of the inhabitants we recommend. Off tops, I can tell you guys, like sexy shrimp, pom-pom crabs, some of the other smaller snails, hermit crabs, and things of that nature are wonderful fit for these little tanks. You want to make sure you have something that is not just going to not overgrow your system really fast, but also is a pretty inhabitant. Being these are a small environment, if you are not on top of things with equipment such as your Inkbird, you can have temperature fluctuations or auto top off salinity swings. So those are some of the features that we try to hit all points on and make sure that we're going to set you up for success. And if you guys are following these basic guidelines, you guys can also be successful with our micro tanks, even if you have very limited or no experience in the hobby. We've been pushing the limits on this and been pushing this to people who have not entered the hobby at all and are just following our basic guidelines and are doing very well with our system. So it's really cool to see a system that most people would say is impossible, or you need to get a much larger system work and be sustainable for people who are just wanting to get into it and set it up without being able to touch it or do too much with it.
Right. And the people that says it can't be done, all this, it kind of falls in the line with my T-shirt this today. I was told to take up knitting when my pair first started laying, and to this day I still don't know how to knit, nor do I plan on it. So
I love when people say that you can't do it or that's impossible, because it's in my eyes, just them telling me and admitting to me that they can't do it, so I need to do it and fulfill that hole in the market.
Right. I'm telling you, that's just absolutely amazing. I love the little tank with the salt. I just think that's the most adorable thing ever.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's a great way for people to, set a tank up at their office where they don't have a tank, or somewhere where they may not necessarily be able to keep one, and sneak it kind of in. So it's tons of fun. I'm so glad that it's taken us to where it has, because I never thought that I would still be making frag racks and mushroom boxes. And if I didn't have the publicity from these tanks, I may not be, because it may not be something that was, too able to keep me up to speed with consistency on running the laser and manufacturing. And being a very small business, there's lots of costs, especially involved with buying material in bulk. So it's great seeing something successful and really propelling our business to do other things that we never thought we would do.
Absolutely. That is wonderful. Now, the products that you use to make these items, are they all American made products that you purchase?
Yeah, so down to our laser itself, we bought from an American company that has all tech support and all based in America. So that's one huge thing. We try to support local for as much as possible. The materials we get, acrylic, the labor is all local. Just actually a few of my friends. So everything we support is local as much as possible, and we try to make sure that we put back into our community as well.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, someone had asked a while back, comments are going pretty fast now that they're finally showing up. Could you put one mandarin in that gallon and a half? And is that something that would be doable or not really?
Personally, I probably would not recommend that. I mean, if you were to have it in there temporarily as you're, quarantining it or getting it acclimated for your larger tank, that's suitable. I don't recommend that, because that's a fish that needs a lot of food. For our 1.5 gallon tanks, if they're looking for fish livestock, I highly recommend checking out Biota, ORA, and some of the other breeders that captive breed gobies, such as our small Trimma gobies, Catalina gobies. The really cool ones that you can get are the green banded, and those are my absolute favorite. You can get the little panda gobies, and what are those? I can't remember the name of those, but someone will probably say the goby that you can get. And there's ample room for growth on the little tiny guys, because they only grow up to 3/4 of an inch to an inch. So getting them from a local breeder like Biota or ORA, you're ensuring that you're going to have it for the entire lifespan. Whereas if you get it from the wild and you get it at its already mature state, you're not really sure how long they'll last. And typically those size gobies live for about 2 to 3 years maximum anyhow.
Oh, someone's Chad said flaming prawn goby. Is that?
That's the one. That's the one that I was thinking of. So that guy's really teeny. It's, in my opinion, the most beautiful little goby you can get. I've seen them a couple of times at the local fish shop, and I'm just like waiting for them to get one in so that I can get one. They actually keep those in, I think it's their small in one or one of their micro tanks. And so it's really cool to see every once in a while. And then there's another shop, Woody's, that's really close to me, and they bring in a lot of captive bred stuff. So I've been bugging them to getting me one of those guys, and because I really would love to put one in my upcoming tank as well.
Awesome. Yeah, Chad Walton says he has one in his 2.5 gallon. That's awesome.
They're so cool, and being in a large system, it's a fish that you would never see. So putting it in a tank that you can actually see it and enjoy it, and giving it a established place where you're going to be able to feed it food, because it's going to be in an enclosed area and it's not going to be starving, fighting for food with other fish in the chamber.
Yes, that's amazing. And those little tanks like that, a lot of people is like, will say, oh, I don't have room for a saltwater tank. I just don't, I just live in a small apartment or whatever. This is
Yeah.
something you can get away with right there.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is a tank, and we have sold tons of these tanks to people also international, such as Japan, where they have very limited space. So this is a good option for an apartment, for a desktop. Our 1-gallon aquariums are even easier, in my opinion, than our micro tanks. So we recommend them to people who are wanting to get into a tank setup, but haven't really been able to because of the size limitations, the expense cost, because obviously the cost of the entire tank setup is the cost of one skimmer, the cost of one piece of equipment for a regular size tank. So that
Right.
is a great way to get people involved in the hobby that may either be not able to financially or may not be able to size limitation wise.
Right. Absolutely. Chad Walton says he may have a contact to hook you up with one of those little gobies.
Yeah, those.
That is amazing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's so many tiny inhabitants that you can keep in these little tanks, and most people don't even know or think about them until you really start saying it, and they're like, oh wow, yeah, you can keep that. Like, for example, our sexy shrimp, we've had those in our tank for over 10 months, and they're loving life. We've got 3 of them, and they all hang out together. You can see them all grouped up together, and it's really cool to be able to see a creature that you wouldn't necessarily be able to see in my bigger tank behind me, or may even get eaten by one of my fish.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I love that. Oh my gosh! And you're gonna unveil that at the one with the sump, the gallon and a half.
Yeah, so that's our 1.5 gallon, and that'll be available at MACNA, which is, I want to say, September 9th. So it's around that date, and we'll be releasing that tank there. You guys will, if you're local and coming to the show, you'll see all of our tank setups. You'll be able to see one setup as well at the show. You'll be able to ask me questions, pull off panels, check out the sump, and so forth as soon as it comes out.
Awesome. Okay, someone says one more look at the micro tank, please.
All right, let's see it.
See, that's just fascinating. I just love it.
Let's get this filter on there. So it's a little dirty because I've been really busy this week, but you can see everything is doing extremely well. Let's actually kill the flow and do a little top down. So tons of macroalgae growth. We've got a lot of different zoanthids in there. We've got tons of different mushrooms. We got a couple of Duncans that my sexy shrimp is perching on. Tons of these little red mushrooms and green mushrooms and the hairy mushrooms. And this tank started as a bear tank with a couple of things in it, you know, just from our main system, and it's grown to be a full, completely stuffed at this point tank, which is really cool.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm just so amazed at that little bitty tank.
There's the goby hanging out there.
That is just so cool. And now, what underneath it? That's not a sump under that one, right?
This is a sump.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, I see it now. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so this guy is a full working sump. It's got a little spot where you can actually see your water level, which is for refilling it. And so that's a great way to be able to tell that your tank needs to get topped off if you're not using an auto top off. It's got a little area for your filter pad, and then we use this media called Aquachar. If any of you guys are familiar with that, we're a big fan of it. We got a little stuff in our sump for, what is that, red OGO and some other blue hyphenia or something like that algae. So it's growing in that little tiny area, and I actually just did that a couple days ago, pulled a bunch of algae and stuff out so that I could grow some more.
Do you have any extra of that blue hypnea? I've been searching all over for that.
Yeah, it's funny because it doesn't grow in any tank other than my micro tank. So,
Really?
yeah, I have a lot of it in little quantities.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
so cool. Yeah, Tom, he said that's Tyan's favorite. He knew. Because I always mention that everywhere. I have the dragon's breath,
Oh, yeah.
and it just goes wild. And I had seen that blue happening, and I was like, oh man, I'd like to have that. I started that. And all I could find was like, I don't know, this little 1/2 inch or 1 inch little sprig or something. And they wanted like my firstborn for it. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I definitely paid a costly price for it getting into it. But if you're going to be, are you coming to any of the trade shows?
I'm not sure yet. The one that I might get to go to is the one that you're not, which is in Dallas.
How far are you from Dallas?
Huh?
How far are you from Dallas?
I'm in Northeast Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, so you're a bit of a ways.
Yes, I am.
Well, if you
Oh,
ever make it over to Mackinac or something like that, I'd be happy to give you a piece of it.
well, thank you, hon. I appreciate
Of
that.
course.
That is so awesome.
Uh-huh.
Now, do you have let's see, do you have the second giveaway number already chosen?
Absolutely. So we can go ahead and we can roll that. Let's let the people pick. We've got our second number giveaway, so we'll go ahead and right now choose a number between 1 and 100, and the first person to get the number correct will be the winner of our next $20 gift card. So I can see some people starting to get their numbers in now.
All
45
right.
and 42. Ah, there we are, actually. That was a fast one as well. Trevor, you've won yourself our number 42. So congratulations, Trevor. We're going to get you over a $20 gift card. So please message me directly and via Harley, not via Tamby, and we'll gladly get you all set up.
That was quick. I thought it would
Well,
take a long time to get there.
because it's actually one of my favorite numbers. So
Awesome. Well, that is so cool. And Harley, you have just been a fabulous guest. You've blessed us with these little micro tanks that I had no idea they was just so darn cute. Now everybody's going to have one. I hope you know that.
Absolutely, yeah. Prepared. We've got over like 30 of them in stock, ready to ship right to your door. So we've been working nonstop, especially during the summer as it's been really hot. We've been starting early, ending early, and then I usually end up going back late at night. So we're
Wow.
constantly working and getting prepared for the next show, the next upcoming project we have, and the next product we have coming out.
That's amazing. Now, do you see some other products in your future? You got a few ideas down the road?
Absolutely. So we're looking at coming out with a little bit larger systems. We like to stay different in using our sump, so we're going to continue to expand on our Nano and Pico line with a sump since the options currently available are very limited. So that's what we're going to be focused on. We're going to get into the freshwater scene as well a little bit more. So we're going to offer some sump products and new products that the freshwater scene uses a little bit, but hasn't quite fully adapted, and hopefully we can gain some traction on that end. And just kind of continuing to grow, continuing to make really cool products, really cool frag racks. That's one of my favorite things to do is make custom frag racks and custom mushroom boxes because I love to spend the extra attention to detail, getting exactly what the consumer wants and getting what I think also looks really good and showing off the skills that I have in not only computer design work, but also in craftsmanship.
That is awesome. That is just amazing. I just love the fact that you have took a dream and you're following it. I wish everyone could do that. A lot of people will sit back a lot of times and, they'll say, oh, I wish I have done that. I wished I would have done that. Well, guys, life's too short just to sit there and wish. You got to
Absolutely.
follow your dreams, and you never know if it's going to work until you try. And
Yeah.
Hardly, hats off, buddy. You've made it work, and I'm excited to see your journey. Since you're just a teenager, so we got a ways to watch.
Yeah. The movie's gonna be rolling for a while, huh?
That's right. That is exactly right. Man, Harley, I appreciate you sharing all these wonderful things with us. Your knowledge of And your products just, they just look so neat and clean. And now if someone has a certain color, say they wanted neon green frag racks, can you do neon green?
Absolutely. We've got neon green right here. If they want a custom size, a certain, dimension, if they need something for dipping tray, if they need something for their sump, we are happy to do anything that the customer needs and is perfect for that individual. So happy to have you guys fill out our custom request form, message us directly, and we love chatting with you, setting you guys up for success in not only keeping your frags, but also if you're interested in doing our micro tanks, helping you guys set your micro tanks up to really astonish not only yourselves, but other people and challenge yourself in a new way of the hobby that you may not have before.
Awesome. Okay, it looks like I'm supposed to keep you talking. Someone's eating your candy in the garage.
Yeah, Tammy's probably eating my troll candy in the garage.
Oh, man. How funny. Now, she helps you a lot with this endeavor, correct?
Yeah, so Tammy, she is actually from Florida. She just moved out here a couple months ago to kind of pursue my passion with me, going to all these shows, going and making new products, seeing the people at the shows and telling people about them, helping me do all my back end stuff. So she's really kind of pushed the silent part of our business along and helped us grow in ways where in the future we'll never be able to alone. So it's really cool to have someone that can help us on things that I might not be able to do because I'm too focused on assembly or design or whatever else life is throwing me at that moment.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. I'm glad you've got a partner there to help you like that, even if she does eat your candy out of the garage. It's all
Yeah,
right.
it's okay for it. So big whoop.
That's awesome. Harley, thank you so very much. I seen where you had invited some people to the page earlier today. I appreciate that so very much.
Of course.
Y'all keep the invites coming. We've got big things planned. Believe it or not, we've got some things in the works also for Tank Talk that I really think you're gonna enjoy. And we've let's just say we've got a guest coming up that has never granted an interview before.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Well,
that's not next week, but it's something to look forward to. It is on the date book, I'll say that.
awesome. I really appreciate all you guys letting me talk, letting me have an ear to listen to, and showing support for our small business. Like I say, and like you guys can see, this is all done out of my home. So this is not only are you supporting somebody who wants to grow, but somebody who's doing it all by themselves and doing it without any direction. So I thank every single person that supports us, everybody who buys something from us, chats with us, and just I really appreciate all of you guys and showing our products in use. That's my favorite thing, is seeing you guys use our things and seeing you guys have your setups that I would not have personally done. I wouldn't have been able to do myself. So it's really cool to have all the support of not only UTN, but everybody on this page.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on because your items are just fabulous. Look, you got me at the little tank. I can't get past that. I know you make a lot of other things, but I'm focused on that little tank.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's where started it all, and it's where we can continue to keep growing and chasing our dreams is just right from that little tank. Yeah, exactly like Tiffany just said, is we just continue to follow our dreams by doing that and doing things that people may not have been able to do themselves or may think is impossible. So I love pushing the envelope and making something new.
Absolutely. Push the envelope, live the dream. Life's too short to sit back and just think about it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you
Harley,
again for all the support, and thank you for your time tonight.
thank you for your time. Thank you for showing us around the shop. I love your messy desk. That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
That it shows you're busy. You're very busy. And everyone get a chance, please go check out their website. We do have 2 winners for the 2 $20 gift cards. Please get in contact with Harley personally, and he will help you get a hold of those. And you can put them towards an item or towards a bigger item. Take $20. Isn't that correct, Harley?
Absolutely. You can use it for anything on our site.
Anything on your site. Now, one quick thing I want to ask you too before we go is that I failed to do is, do you ship past the United States?
Absolutely. We ship all over the world. We've shipped to France, Germany, Japan, Italy, tons of different places. We've shipped to a few places in Africa. So it's awesome to be able to say that, yes, we do ship internationally, and we love to send our stuff overseas.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Harley, you're living the dream. You've come up with an idea and you're following it through. And, you know, blessings for your trip, for your journey, because this is a wild one. And I'm excited to follow it and watch you grow up.
Yeah, I'm still definitely growing. So it's fun. Such a young age, right?
That's right. I never seen an entrepreneur that young. Harley, you take care. Have you a wonderful evening. Hats off. Keep doing what you're doing. Just be happy doing it. That's all. That's all. Just be happy doing it.
Thank you very much again.
Thank you, Harley. You have a wonderful evening, hon.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. Okay, guys, that was awesome. I love the little bitty tank. It was just perfect. I got to get Harley to send me some stickers to go in that sticker pack. Watch tomorrow for this evening. I will actually try to get in there and drop the videos for the two sticker pack winners this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for commenting. Watch for the live drop at high noon tomorrow for next week's special guest. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the live tonight. If you can at all, invite some of your friends over to the page. I'm telling you, it's just going to get better from here. Y'all take care. Have you a wonderful evening. Do like Harley does. Follow your dreams. See y'all next week on Tank Talk.